Like if I came on here and said some really rude stuff, people would be like, whoever that guy is, I don't like him. But if you're Kanye West with 100 million followers,
it ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. Yeah. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up. I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me,
they don't say
because it's
close
their
up.
phones. Check it.
We can't make these things without them. Most of the things we can't have. I mean, even Teslas, like electric cars, we can't. They don't run without cobalt.
and there's no way we can get a more moral way of doing it.
There probably is, but
But the people with the money,
you're not going to make the same amount of money. You know what I mean?
and if those people are in control and they don't have to make a change,
Yeah.
why would they?
They're not gonna. They don't care. Selective.
Until people say something and we
Yeah.
can get behind it to a point where change is actually made.
Yeah, I mean accountability, right? Accountability.
If possible. I've seen a lot of things that.
Yeah. Let me introduce you, and then we can continue the conversation.
No, definitely.
So, another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. Special guest. You go by just Durow, right?
Durow, yeah, my last name.
Durow. Is
Yeah.
it Durow or Durow?
Durow,
Okay.
Durow. People say it
As
all
long as they're
different
saying
ways.
it, who cares how it's said, right?
Yeah,
As long
right.
as they're
Just
talking
one
about
R.
it. Yeah.
Durow.
Got you. So, yeah, we were talking a little bit. I mean, we don't need to take up the whole episode because I want to talk about you, but selective morality and fake outrage. I mean, fake outrage is like, that's the big one. People literally, their lives are get up in the morning,
And
get
get
on
mad.
the internet, figure out what we're going to be mad about today. But nobody's actually mad. It's all cap. You're lying. You don't actually care.
I think it's not that they're not mad. It's that's not what they actually care about. It's not what they're actually mad about. They'll be mad about their job or their spouse or their friends or something's going wrong in their life. But celebrity over here did something wrong or said something wrong, and way easier to be mad at that person. We can all gang up on that guy, and now you feel a little bit better about your own self.
And that's where cancel culture was born from as well. Which
Yeah,
think-
I'm sure a lot of cancel culture came from like we got to get people who are doing terrible things to be held accountable. But at a certain point, it's like, when are you holding people accountable for their actions, and when are you just finding any reason to crap on anybody but yourself? Because that's what you do in your
I don't even necessarily believe in cancel culture. I think it's a myth. I mean, I don't.
What do you mean by myth?
You can name maybe 3 people that have actually been canceled that we say are canceled.
I guess
Bill Cosby is getting ready to go back on tour right now. That's a real thing.
Bill Cosby's going back on tour.
Back on tour.
Yeah, okay, it's a myth.
We can't really. I mean, you know what
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
O.J.
there
Simpson
should be a
is
reason.
one of the biggest stars on Twitter right now.
Man, that's why I stay off Twitter.
Who have we really truly canceled? Like,
oh man, we got mad at Ben Affleck for something. I don't remember.
Sure.
Just something stupid. I
Kanye's been
think.
canceled 15 times. Is he canceled? He's not, and he never will be.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you have, I think in the age of the internet, it's more about your personal fan base. You can get canceled if you're some unknown, like if I came on here and said some really rude stuff, people would be like, whoever that guy is, I don't like him. But if you're Kanye West with 100 million followers, you're going to say something that maybe is like the worst, like you should not say that, and there's still going to be millions of people who are like, that's my guy though. That's Kanye.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You can be canceled. The only way to truly be canceled is to be canceled by your core following.
Yeah, there's a difference between being canceled by the general public, the broad base around you, and you're specific to people who actually fuck with you.
Yeah, and truly, if you get quote unquote publicly canceled, it actually probably benefits you.
Monetarily, yeah.
We don't, you know what I mean? And I've been trying to preach this for so long, and I'm done trying to preach it, but that's how the internet works, man. That's how Donald Trump became president, is by pissing everybody off.
Oh my, it was so hard to watch. So I went to college. Like my freshman year of college was the year Donald Trump got elected, and I came out here to the U of M.
Yeah.
And I was on those marches of like against Trump. Like I'm a huge anti-Trump guy, just personally, but like, watching all that happen, it was very frustrating to see like, yo, he's saying all this shit to get y'all riled up and it's working. Yeah. Like you guys are all falling for it. Like stop, just ignore him.
All of you that hate him are the ones that are really helping him win, because all you're doing is talking about him all day long.
CNN played full speeches of his.
Yeah. I mean,
the people that were against him were giving him like hours of runtime.
We can't lie though. I mean, well, I'll speak for myself. That was a very entertaining time in politics.
Well, okay, you can't say it wasn't entertaining. That was wild.
I mean, the debates, the Donald Trump debates that's must-see TV.
Yes, it was very crazy to watch,
Yeah.
and I can't believe that the Trump should have been the easiest person to destroy in the world. We could have thrown anybody up there,
Yeah.
and then they throw up like 3 people that just everybody else is mad at. It's like,
And that was a world changing. The grab him by the pussy moment was a world changing moment, because once we saw him say that on camera,
and we still didn't, and then we still gave him the
it
presidency.
didn't matter. He was Teflon. It didn't matter. And Billy Bush, the guy who he was with, who he was talking to, where the fuck is Billy Bush? Billy Bush might have been the first true cancellation, because I don't know where he's at. He's gone. He's gone.
Seriously, they put that all on him.
Yeah, they got him out of here.
Billy made me say it.
Yeah. So let's talk about you, man. So my first time seeing or hearing you was at the Loud on Lake Street event.
Oh yeah, in August. Yeah.
Yeah, in August. And I mean, if we're being honest, and you know this, you didn't fit the bill.
No, not at all.
Like by comparison, all the other artists that were on the bill, you really broke up.
Yeah, I don't really. I have a hard time finding shows to be involved with and like festivals and stuff, because I definitely I don't know, there's not a lot of events that are specifically made for like my route of like pop, R&B, and I definitely think a lot of my friends are a lot more into like the art of rap rather than the art of singing. But I was born and raised like a singer, and then I got into hip hop as I got older.
Okay.
And it was like I came from a different place, like fusing that together. So
Yeah.
I've definitely noticed, like whenever I go to a show, like the show I did yesterday, it was a bunch of people that are doing like growling, aggressive Suicide Boys type hip hop, and then I'm going up there and
Like horrorcore rap.
I mean, on the edge of that, yeah.
What was the show?
It was with Worldwide Chaos, Fat C, and Nigel T.
Nigel T. I know who Nigel T is.
Yeah, no, and Nigel T is awesome, bro. And we got high as balls, man.
Where was the show at?
At the Depot in Hopkins, some little spot.
Okay.
I've been Dave Chappelle in it the best I can, just trying to get shows everywhere, trying to just practice my songs.
Yeah.
That's why I end up in a lot of spots where I don't really fit. Like the Loud on Lake Street Festival, I did kind of fit though,
Well,
because I do definitely get high with my friends.
Well,
so
what I was going to say is you didn't fit musically. You were very different from most of the other artists, but it worked.
But I got high with them.
I mean, it worked. Like I think you caught a lot of people by surprise. I mean, I
appreciate that.
I saw some of the hardest fucking gangsters in there. Like, he's all right.
Well, I appreciate that. I feel like a lot of I just try not to be anybody that I'm not. You know, I try and just be me, and me is definitely more just. I like to sing. I like to sing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really dope. I think, and I relate to that, because people get mad, but I'm never gonna not be me. So like, I understand that mindset. It's like I don't care where I am. I'm me all the time.
Yeah, I actually had a challenge with that kind of around like college and right after graduating college, and like these first years of adulthood have very much been eye-opening in terms of, you know, trying to be an artist. Like, so I grew up in Fargo, North Dakota, like born and raised, and that's a small town, and my parents are both teachers.
Yep.
So I am not from the entertainment industry at all. I just really like writing music. Like that's what I've always been about, just writing music.
Yeah.
And as I've grown up, I've kind of realized more and more how much it really takes to be like a leader and actually try and put something out there and be a creator. Like we were talking before the cameras turned on about how you're running, like doing live on Lake Street, and how some of the things you say people get mad about, or some things get controversial, but like this is your baby, and like, you're here every day.
That's right.
And you don't even have like a full perspective on what it looks like because you're in it. Yeah, you're a part of it.
Exactly.
That's how I feel, and I can relate to that really heavily. Of like, I'll be going to, so like I've got another show on Friday, and then next Saturday, like I'm performing as much as I can, and every show it's like I'm just walking into whatever just to show people my song. I have no clue what the vibe's gonna be. I have no.
It's entertainment is a very vulnerable profession.
In so many ways. I mean, you get screwed over by people that take advantage of you. Mm-hmm. You are constantly putting yourself out there emotionally. Yep. It takes a lot to get on stage or get in front of a camera, and just like, here's some original ideas I came up with in my bedroom. Hopefully you guys don't make fun of me. And then and that's where I really had to learn to be authentic. Yep. Because when I first started, there was a couple songs that I made that were like, okay, people are going to like this one. Yep. And quickly realizing that's not how you get anywhere. Like, my worst songs are the ones where I tried to make other people's songs, like songs that would make other people happy. And then when I just started writing my own songs and just staying me, I've at least been able to, Whether you like it or not, you at least know who I am now.
That's really interesting. I feel like that's good. I feel like that's good advice for other artists.
I think so many people
'cause I
try
think
to be authentic and they're
Yeah,
not.
it seems like the vast majority of artists are really almost always trying to make what they think people are gonna like.
Yes, there is. I personally feel like you can tell a massive difference between artists who are creating for a check or creating because, yeah, I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna pay my bills and I'm gonna get everybody paid. Like, no disrespect at all to people who want to put food on their families' tables. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to do that too. I'm trying to get my bills paid. You know what I mean? Like I'm out here hustling, but people who create from a place of art or create from a place of like, this is how I am. Like, I can't not write music. Like when I'm depressed, that's how I get my feelings out.
Yeah.
So whether or not I'm coming here doing an interview or I have a show, I'm going to be making the songs. And then I'm an engineer as well. And I have a lot of clients that come through and they just come and they talk about how they're going to get super rich off a song. And it's like, you should go be a lawyer or something, man. Like, this is not where you make money. This is for the people that have something to say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a deep conversation because, like you said, you want to support the idea of someone wanting to put food on the table and pay their bills, right? But at the same time, humans we all have like this major authenticity bullshit meter. We can tell when you're not being authentic. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
so if the goal is to make money off of your music, then you're going to want to be it seems like nowadays, either as authentic as possible or unauthentic as possible.
Yes.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Make it known that you're not being authentic.
Yeah, it's either and like some of my like Future
Yeah.
is so blatantly telling you who he is.
Yes.
But that authenticity, like I can't stop. Like every time Future drops something, I will listen to it, and he hasn't missed because even if I know he's doing it for the check, it's good, and he's saying to you to your face, like, yeah, I'm here and I'm gonna get paid off this.
And Future to me might be a bad example. And obviously, you love Future, so it's a good example to you. But I think Future is such an anomaly because he's one of very few artists in hip hop whose true instrument is his voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like his voice is a guitar.
Yeah,
That's very rare.
it's wild how he captured the zeitgeist. Like him and Young Thug and Lil Baby, like those
are the three right there.
those like that voice and that ability to it sounds so casual and so unconcerned.
Yep.
It sounds like boss music.
Yes.
I just play Future whenever I need to feel better about the world.
For sure.
And that's a very powerful thing. So I'm not but at the same time, like then there's an artist like John Bellion or Frank Ocean, where their music, you can tell that definitely came from a different place than I'm trying to get paid.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean did not make that song because he wanted to get paid. He wants to get paid, but he didn't make the song to get paid.
Yeah.
And I feel like, there's no difference in terms of like the level of respect I have for different types of artists like that, but there's definitely a difference.
Yeah.
And when it comes from different spots,
You can tell.
yeah, I feel like me personally, I do tend to like music that's more made by people that are trying to come up with original creative ideas, not just be cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with like really hardcore gangster rap, right? Like we want to believe you.
Yeah.
And if we don't, we might not really fuck with it too much. You know what I mean? Like we really want to believe that you're really about that, or at least we're about that.
Yeah.
We like our gangster rappers to be really about it.
And we want celebrities to fit into a box. I think that's what X did so like wild, was so many artists get put in a box. And then even when they get out of the box, the new box they're in is like, I'm no longer in that box, I'm in this one. Like MGK going from rap to pop punk.
Yeah.
And he's like, you won't define me. And then he went and did pop punk music. It's like, okay, now I can define you again.
Yeah. I wish he hadn't.
I don't.
I get that it's working for him.
No, I got to be
I
honest.
just think MGK might be a bold statement, but I don't give a fuck. MGK is a really fucking good rapper.
Yeah.
Like when MGK raps, he's a really underrated and undervalued rapper.
Yes. He actually did a lot for hip hop, and he was a very good rapper. But I don't. If you put him in a list, then that's where you go too far.
And he's the only artist to ever body bag Eminem in a beef.
You think he beat? But you think
1,000%.
like I think MGK came off as cooler.
Yeah.
He's definitely the younger, more attractive, more culturally relevant. I mean, let's be honest. Eminem was like the GOAT, and then he dropped what? Kamikaze 2.
See, Kamikaze
Rehab,
was the one
no.
in that mix. It started with MMLP 2 when he dropped the Marshall Mathers LP Part 2. That's when things just started to go.
It was so hard to experience that coming off of like the Eminem show and Encore and all those just masterpieces. It made me almost feel like, did you even know why those songs were so good? Because now these new songs are so bad. Like,
that's funny because I don't think that he did. I don't think that he did know.
Seriously, like it had to be someone else, or he was just on drugs.
But I also think
or
I
something.
understand Eminem now. I think I get what he's doing because as a early Eminem fan, I'm thinking the same. Like, why do you rap like this? Like, we get it, bro. You can rap like a fucking robot. We know. Like, you're amazing. We get it. You can put words together unlike anybody else and rap them faster than anybody else. That's great. But you didn't rap like that on your 2 classic albums or 3 classic albums. His first 3 albums, arguably classics. Definitely Marshall Mathers LP and Eminem Show. Eminem Show.
Oh, yeah.
And then yes, the first one as well. But I think as far as like talent and skill,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
really started to flex on MMLP, and then Eminem Show, and he doesn't rap like that anymore.
No, and I think he went for. I think there was a moment where he sounded so the lyricality of it was backed by like this hunger and anger, like that I felt. But now when you listen to like Revival, it just sounds like there's more to music than just what's the craziest rhythm pattern that you can do with the Ooga Booga sound.
He's a recluse. We know that. He doesn't come outside very much. So he's really wrapped up in his bubble.
I mean, he spent a decade touring the world. I mean, now
he did. He's not on drugs anymore. He's not running around getting in fights and pulling out guns anymore. And those were the things that he was doing that were inspiring the music he was making then. Now he's inspired by lyricists with sharp swords, and it's like, that's cool, but I would like to hear you rap like you did back then again. And maybe he just can't do it, but I think what's really happening is he just knows who his fan base is. He knows who his core fan base is, and what he does now caters to them.
Still works.
It works it caters to them. He's heard the criticisms. He's heard when's the last time you got into somebody's car and they were bumping Eminem? And it's a great point because they're not. Because why would you? Like, I might listen to an M song.
A classic one.
Right. And
I couldn't even name like 3 songs off of any of his new projects. Like
I couldn't either.
He really dropped off for me. I was obsessed with Eminem growing up.
Yeah.
Like every other, like he was the highest selling artist of the decade.
Yeah.
Like everybody loved Eminem.
He still sells like crazy.
But it's just
which
crazy.
Is what lets me know that he knows his fan base.
I can't. I love the fact that he stayed himself in the world where Future and Young Thug and Lil Baby came up, applied the auto-tune and applied more of that, like, not even mumble rap anymore. It's like a mid-cross between like lyricism and mumble rap where it's, but he doesn't sound, I'm going to say cool, but I don't mean that music needs to be cool. I just mean he doesn't sound cool in the sense of like, even, it was like Music to Be Murdered By, right?
Music to Be Murdered
That was like his newest album. I saw the cover art.
Yes.
Nothing about that seemed artistically.
Yeah, there was a couple of joints on there that I liked because he was rapping on beats that I'd never heard him rap on before. But that was about it.
Yeah, I'd have to give more of the album a chance. Like I listened to Revival and I got really sad. I was like, "Oh, you live long enough to see yourself become a villain." Just like Kanye, man. He's like him saying all that stuff about Jews. Like, nah, bro. Like he's gone now. He's dead now.
You think Ye's dead?
Bro. Okay. 2 years ago, he's saying that slavery was a choice. Now he's saying that Hitler had some points. Like, Jesus changed my life, really? And I had to put Kanye to bed in my mind. I had to be like I will always love and appreciate the art that what he did for me personally as an individual. I will never forget listening to Yeezus or The Life of Pablo. Yep. In high school, The Life of Pablo, as a producer, hearing Waves,
classic album.
Hearing Famous, like changed my life. Yep. But it puts the whole thing's got a sour taste in my mouth, knowing now all of the wild shit that he said, just because he's like, yeah, I just say what everybody's thinking. Like, no, you're not, bro. Like, stop saying Jews run the world, bro. That's not okay, man. Like,
they do though.
They don't though. Like,
They definitely run the entertainment industry. But
there might be a couple of Jewish individuals.
But of all the things that he
that
said,
have powerful,
that to me doesn't like. That's not offensive. That's a nice thing to say. That's true. Like Jews
I
got
will
a lot
say-
of power. Jews got a lot of power in the entertainment industry.
I will say it was very. I don't even know. I haven't had enough time to process it to have like a public opinion on it. But I will say.
Well, so let me ask you this. So you said so Yeezus was the cutoff point for you.
No. Yeezus was just my favorite album for
Okay, okay.
half my life.
So what about Donda?
Guess who's going to jail tonight, bro? I loved that album.
Okay, so
I know God breathed on this.
And
yeah.
when did that come out? That was after slavery was a choice, right?
Yes, and it was already at that point I was doing mental gymnastics trying to separate the art from the artist, and then it just kept piling up,
Yeah.
and now he's talking about Hitler, and it's like, no, I'm out, man.
I'm making a
I'm
point because I understand you, and I don't agree with anything that he's saying. Well, I don't. There are a lot of things that he's saying that I don't know enough about to even have an opinion.
out. True, I'm out here talking
But
big game
definitely
like I
when
know
he
things.
says things like, man, should I even say? I'm gonna say okay. When he says things like "I love Hitler," I get what he's saying. He's saying I believe that's Kanye's way of trying to lead with love, right? It's like saying, yes, I know this is a really bad person.
I feel like it's the same as when Donald Trump was like, I could shoot somebody on 5th Street and I'd still be the president.
Yeah.
It's like that Andrew Tate of like manosphere. I am a big strong man.
Yeah.
I know everything. It's like, Kanye, bro, your wife's fucking some other dude and you're mad, and so you're gonna go blame the Jews.
But we gotta stop with that
and,
narrative
like,
too, though, because they
it's kind of real, bro.
But they haven't been together for over a year.
But he was married. He has kids with these people. Like, I get
But I'm
it's probably
saying,
gonna take some
it's not
time
like
to
she
hurt.
was fucking Pete Davidson while they were still together. He did not live in the home. They were not together. Like
Didn't she fuck Chris Paul? Yikes.
Well, that's what was said. We don't know if that's actually true or not, but
That drive me crazy, bro.
I'm not saying
If
it's
I
a-
got married and then
no,
my wife was fucking NBA players, I'd be like,
but we don't know what he's done either. My guess is he's probably been busy.
he's over here saying Hitler's got some valid points. Like,
Yeah.
And look, you can do the mental gymnastics of like, have love for your enemy, have love for the devil,
That's
have love
that's
for.
a good way to put it.
Yeah, like I totally get that
Yeah.
too. It just to me was, you know what it was? It was just like that dude for so long was my hero. He was the guy who stood up
I'm
on
with you.
TV and said George Bush doesn't care about black people. Like, yeah, we clap like fire, and then
I posted not too long ago. It was just after the Alex Jones interview. I posted on Facebook. I
wait,
said,
Alex Jones interview with who?
Kanye. That's where he said it.
I haven't seen the whole interview.
That's
bro.
where he
Oh
said
my
that.
God.
That's where the whole Hitler thing. Came from.
Oh God.
And even Alex Jones was like, "Wow, I don't know about that."
Oh.
But I posted that day. I said, "How fucking funny would it be if George Bush got on television tonight and said Kanye West doesn't care about black people?"
That would have. See, that's how you know we're in a simulation.
It
Though.
would have been the most viral moment ever.
Seriously, that would have captured the zeitgeist. That would have
the
been something
greatest.
strange.
Would have been the greatest. But yeah, the only point that I was making is I think Kanye's not done.
You know what? I will agree. Like,
He's gonna
what
drop another
my
album,
opinion.
We're gonna love it.
Yeah, regardless of my opinion, anyways, Kanye's gonna keep doing stuff and have hundreds of millions of fans. I don't know. It's also about your fan base, like we were talking about. Like Kendrick, he said that like the F word
Mhm.
in his newest album on Big Morale,
Yep.
and everybody lost their minds
Mhm.
and wanted to cancel him. And it is wild, like the
luck.
difference in this person said all of this, and no one's batting an eye.
Yeah.
And then Lizzo said she's gonna spaz, and the world comes down on her.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't think you guys just have it's selective morality
Yeah. That's what it is.
and outrage culture.
Yeah. Because the truth is, like, this is gonna sound insensitive, but I just want to be clear. I don't mean this as insensitive, but like, I don't fucking care about Kanye getting on TV and saying he loves Hitler. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't. It doesn't. And it's.
I mean, I'm sure it affects his Jewish fans who are
it might
fans of
affect-
his
I'm
and
saying-
then go, wait
I'm
a
saying
minute, wait a
for-
minute.
I'm saying for me, like personally, like it doesn't actually affect my day-to-day life. I don't have Jewish friends or family. I'm not Jewish, so like, I don't even see the effect of this. And the Jewish community is a very private community. Like, I don't. You know what I mean? It's like with most shit, like I don't actually really care. It doesn't really actually move me.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more of. I think the issue is some people are going to agree with Kanye and be vocal about it.
Yeah.
Some people are going to disagree with Kanye and be vocal about it. And then there's going to be a lot of people who are just like, okay,
Yeah.
Kanye, So anyways,
Yeah.
and they're going to go back to their
Yeah.
conversation. It's like, that's actually way better though. It's instead of giving him all that attention, what we should do is just be like,
Yeah, I don't post about things I don't like.
yeah, for real, like, okay, cool.
Things that I don't like, I do not get on the internet and post about them because I know that breathes air into the fire. Like, if
Yeah.
you're mad about Donald Trump becoming president,
The last thing you should do
the fuck
is
up.
post about Donald Trump. Yeah, that is.
Call your mom. Mom, I'm upset. You know what I mean? Don't go on the internet. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? It just breathes fuel into it. It's, you know. And
It's because they get rewarded, and people, man, a lot of, like you have an idea. You are a creator. You come on here. You make a platform. You're like doing something.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to put that kind of work in, bro. And a lot of people don't have the creativity, the imagination, the work effort. Like it was Donald Glover who said it. Childish Gambino. He was like, people keep asking me why I got this accolade or I did this and this and why they haven't. And it's just because you don't want to. Like,
Yeah.
like we're here at 9 in the morning
Yeah.
on a Saturday
Yep.
because this is like work because we wanted to, because you have a passion and I have a passion. I wanted to come share my stuff.
Yep.
Like there's a lot of people who just want to sleep in and watch some TV, and that's okay. You can live that life, but shut up.
And I think most people wish that they had the drive to do the things that they see being done.
And so they get mad at other
Yeah.
people. Like full circle, people get mad at you for coming out here and, well, they're talking, they're posting everywhere. Yeah, they're getting all this clout. I don't even know why. It's
Yeah.
like because they're doing it.
Clout's a funny word too. 'Cause
Clout.
I think we
meaning
need to
what,
leave-
success?
I think we need to leave clout, the term clout chaser, clout chasing, doing it for likes, all that shit needs to be left in 2022 because the truth of the matter is that's what we all do it for. Nobody gets on Facebook and posts a picture hoping that nobody's going to like it.
Valid point.
You don't get on Instagram and post a funny video that might be deemed inappropriate because you're hoping that nobody will care about it.
It's like social currency. You might not necessarily want to be you might not be like actively searching for $1 billion, but it'd be really cool if you got 1 billion likes or $1 billion.
Yeah.
Like that would be.
And that's what
that'd be
we're all.
preferable.
And that's what we're essentially all doing it for. Not the $1 billion, but for attention, for likes, for follows, for validation.
Yeah, I think that's where like one of the hardest things for me has been like when I create, it's coming from a place of like, oh, I want to kill myself, or I'm depressed, or life sucks. I'm just like writing my pain down,
Yeah.
and I make the song, and then it's like, okay, I wanna show people this. How can I like authentically show people my song, not just because you're right, because there is to a degree that amount of everybody wants likes, everybody wants to be one of the cool kids, everybody wants their music to get heard. I work with a bunch of clients like in the Fargo Moorhead area. Every single one of them wants their song to blow up.
Yeah.
There's not a single client who goes, thanks, I'm just going to put this song in my vault and never listen to it again. They're all like, I'm going to put this out and then I'm going to share it with this person. I got this guy who can help me get it out. And you're right. Like, it's not, to call it clout chasing is such a dismissive way of calling a creator like, oh, what, you're seeking validation, you
Right.
fucking weakling. Like, no, I have an idea and I want to share it and I want people to experience it with me. Like,
Yeah.
there's no better feeling as a creator than knowing that what you made touched somebody else.
Absolutely.
Like I love making my more hype songs and like the songs that I can play at a club or a party, or like last night's show, going hard and doing a lot of stuff with a lot of rhythm. But I'll have songs where I'm just like playing my piano and singing, and I have people reach out to me that just say like, hey, like that meant a lot to me. I've been going through it, and like your words made me feel less alone. And it's like that like, okay, yeah, who doesn't want 1 billion likes? But that's way cooler, honestly.
That is cooler. And if you can turn that into $1 million, that's like
A win-win.
that's the cherry on top right there, right? Like that's the whole thing. You put your life into the art, and then it means enough to other people to want to buy it. Like
Which
if
is
you-
wild to
If
me.
you think that's bro, that's crazy. Like, I'll never get like look. Like I'll go to Gold Room on a Friday night, right?
Yeah.
And 7 people will come up to me. Oh, aren't you? I promise you, I will never get used to that.
Yeah, it's
Like if my personality, if who I am, at some point grows into like the size of like how where like the people that I look up to, the Joe Rogans, Joe
Yeah.
Buttons, the Charlemagne the Gods. Like if I ever get to that point where like I'm famous,
It's probably like
I
a
promise
year
you,
from
I'll
now.
never get used to that. Ever. I will never get used to the fact that people
Yeah.
choose to get on their little
and watch
their
you
little
and
selective
what you have to
morality
say. Yeah.
device over here, or their computer or their TV or whatever it is, and click on Live on Lake Street to watch me interview you.
Yeah, and
That's crazy.
The wildest thing that's been happening to me is like when like yesterday at the show, I've one thing that's been wild to me that it doesn't even happen every time yet, but it's starting to happen is people will know some of my lyrics,
That's
and
nice.
it's like, oh my God, I don't know you, but you know my words. Like wow, I
in
must
some
have.
way they kind of know you.
Yeah, and it's that realization of like, Bo Burnham said it. He said, I hope you get something out of this too, because as the artist, as a creator, you feel the catharsis in the creation of it.
Yeah.
So to know that other people actually appreciate it.
Yeah.
When somebody like buys one of my pieces of merch and sends me a picture like bought your shirt, it's like, oh my God, like
You like me.
you cared about what I had to say. Like that is a very beautiful feeling. And I think we hate on fans. Nobody wants to be a fan. Everybody wants to be a content creator now. And it's like you can be both, man. Like I am a fan of many people, and I'm loud and proud of fan of many people because there's people that deserve to have fans.
Yeah.
And
It's my job to be fans of people over here. Like,
and you don't deserve a fan base if you're not gonna be a fan of anybody.
Absolutely.
Like all these people, yeah, bro, I'm army of one, bro. I'm my own. I'm a lone wolf. Like, yeah, okay,
No,
bro.
you're not.
Like, yeah,
Stop it.
you
Cool.
mean nobody likes you? you mean that you're just
That's another
like
thing we can leave in 2022 is all my haters. Who hates you, bro?
seriously?
Where are they at?
Oh my God, no! I got clients coming in that have like 5 monthly listeners going, and to all my haters that I fucked your bitches. Bro, say something real, bro. Like, come on, like,
Yeah.
I can't.
You ain't got
People
no-
lie, man. People lie.
All of the haters. They only have 5 monthly listeners. How many people are in the world?
Some people. Okay, I mean, some people don't even
all
have
of
Spotify
the other,
yet. They're-
all of the other billions of people in the world are that person's haters.
Yes.
because they have chosen to. Not
I think
listen
they
to
are
music.
themselves the hater of themselves,
Yeah, you're
and so
probably
they're
right.
shouting out the haters because it's them.
You're probably right. So we got to wrap because I want to make sure people watch this. But before we wrap, just tell me a little bit about what you're working on now. What can we look forward to? What's coming? What's out?
So I'm really lucky that I'm actually joining a tour in February here with this artist Trendsetter.
Okay.
He's out of Nevada, Las
I
Vegas.
think I've heard of this name.
Yeah, he's come around the city. He's really blowing up, man.
Okay.
And he contacted me. We're in the works right now. It's going to be in February and March. So
Okay.
February and March, be looking for me and Trendsetter on tour, and then in May, me, Jansonia, and Ben Buck are going on a tour from Florida to California. So the whole southern belt of America.
Okay.
We're going to be hitting your dive bars and coffee shops.
I know
Trying to.
Jansonia.
I love
I've
Jansonia.
interviewed him a couple times.
Actually, I told Jance that I was coming here, and he was like, "Say hi to Mike." So
I don't know who the fuck Mike.
there should be there's no Mike involved.
No Mike here.
See, why he's just full of
He
shit.
probably meant Jake.
Same.
So
They're
what's
both
funny-
4 letters.
So what's funny is I interviewed him. Actually interviewed him. He was part of like a group interview that we did.
Zen
out-
people, right?
Out in Red Lake. Well, I think it was him. I think it was only him and one other person. The Zen people were all there, but I don't remember. I
Mhm.
think he was the only one on the mic. I don't remember, but it was just before we interviewed Busy Bone actually.
Oh.
So he was a part of that.
Yeah, no, Jance is a special spirit. I'm very excited to go on tour with him. And then, I'm a writer, man. Like I'm very bad at social media. I'm very bad at a lot of things in life, but I never stop making music. So 2023 is going to be a lot of me just putting music out and then these tours and just trying to show people what I'm doing.
And I would recommend that people get out to see you perform live, because I mean I was caught off guard seeing you at Loud on Lake Street.
Usually I bring my piano and a guitar.
Oh.
I usually have live instrumentation too. I like try and make the songs live sometimes, and I started my performances doing karaoke versions of songs like all people do.
Yeah.
You know, when you first do your first couple of shows, very quickly realized I was like, I'm not going to be that guy. I want when you come to see a live show, all of my songs are different live than the recorded versions, because it's like, if you want to hear the recorded song, go home and listen to it.
Yeah.
If you want to come see me, we're going to do something wild. We're going to do something different, and it's going to be all over the place. And then you'll leave knowing there was something else to it.
Well, it's definitely what you do is definitely performance art for sure.
I really appreciate
and you
it, man.
and you sound good too. You sound good on stage.
Thank you, man. I've been
So, I watched a couple of your videos. I know there's a link in your bio on Instagram.
Yeah, you can
Pretty
find.
fun
You can
most of the
just
stuff.
Google Durow, Durow.
Okay.
Lucky enough to have a Google panel, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Did I make it? Does that mean you made it if you have a Google panel? No, you need a Wikipedia page.
You made something.
I need a Wikipedia. Then I'll know I've
Which
made it.
I'm pretty sure you can make. On
All
your
right,
own.
I'll be right back.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna tell my mom I got a Wikipedia page.
If they want to
find
if they want to find you, where can they find you?
just Durow, Spotify, Dead Durow on Instagram, just Durow. You look that up anywhere, you'll find it.
For sure, man. I had a really good time. It was a good conversation.
This was a great conversation. I'm glad we could have some real talk too, and not just some bullshit surface level stuff.
For sure.
I really appreciate that.
Hopefully nobody gets mad at us for our Kanye.
No, and really, I just want to say, like, you guys are doing some real shit here. I've seen the clips online. Like,
Thank you, man.
respect to y'all. And hey, if you say some salacious shit, even if you say something wrong and you gotta like take it back or be like, yeah, that was too far. Like, at least we're out here doing something.
Yeah.
At least you're out here saying shit, and you have the balls to be yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to take accountability. If I say something that's wrong and somebody calls me on it, I'll take accountability. I'm big on accountability.
Maybe get some more views off.
For sure. For sure. Cool,
Tell them
man.
thanks for the help.
I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And everybody go look him up. Durow.
Yes, Durow.
Dead. Is it Durow? Dead Durow on
Instagram, yeah, or just Durow on Spotify.
Okay. Cool, man. I appreciate your time. That's it. Another
Thanks,
episode
y'all.
of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1.
Cool.
How you feel about it?
Nah, you guys, this is Joe Rogan, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, this is.
It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. Yeah. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up. I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it.